Hello, fellow Whovians. Welcome back to the Legend, the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil. I'm the host of this show, and today is going to be a very interesting day because we've got a big old storm coming our way, coming up the west coast of Florida. I forgot the name of it, guys. Do you remember the name of that storm? What was it called? Tom, I think you know what it is.
Idalia.
Idalia? Is that what it is? Idalia. I never get it
Pretty.
right out there. It is a pretty name, but what's going is not going to be so pretty out there. But in the meantime, we have a ton of friends, including our good friend Melanie Dean, who reside in that area from the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and they're not going to be on the show today because they're hunkering down right now to make sure they're taking care of themselves. So for all of our friends who are out there in that area, please take care of yourselves. Yesterday, I went out to get my mother water, and it was gone, completely wiped out. I went to the Costco. Now, she's got water. She's got to take care of it. We just wanted to make sure we had, one pre-fill in there just to make sure if we're out for a while. But apparently there was no water to be found anywhere out there. And plus, if anybody's familiar with the Costco parking lot, that entire parking lot became a queue just so people could get gas. And there was like 30-minute wait to get gas. And I was like, I couldn't even get out of the parking lot because they had made this snake chain going around the parking lot. I'm like, dang, guys. So if you haven't had a chance and you guys are crazy, you're probably not going to find much of anything, but get out there and take care of yourselves with what you need to do. And today we are going to be wrapping up, as we're wrapping up the month of August. We're wrapping up our our episodes with Christopher Eccleston for his run as the Doctor, as the Ninth Doctor, with a review of both Bad Wolf and The Parting of the Ways, which were the final chapters of his on-screen presence as the Ninth Doctor, which would only be seen one more time in The Day of the Doctor for a brief moment where he goes, and for my next trick, click, and that was it. Mm-hmm. So we are reviewing these two fantastic episodes, and don't forget to put your reviews in the chat. Put your numbers 1 through 10. So let me go ahead and remove the board out here, and let's go ahead and say hi to everybody out in the crowd. Let's go ahead and randomly pick our first panelist. I really love to find that. Here we go. I get a lot of pictures of that. It's Dave Chapman, who's going to be helping me with the chats. He's going to be
right. Thank you for reminding me to do that.
Yeah,
I'm working on stuff for another show.
Yeah, he's got his show tonight at 8 o'clock. Tell us a little bit about your show. What's going on out there, Dave?
It's a bit of a replacement show. I was going to be doing a box opening. I gave a big, giant, those massive Costco bags of stuff to my miniature painter James. So we're gonna, and he was like, "Ooh, I can't wait to dig into all this stuff." So we're gonna do a box opening of all of that. That's actually gonna be tomorrow at 8. Today at 8, I'm gonna just do a little playthrough of Tiny Epic Dungeons. Sorry, I have a new camera.
Yeah.
It follows me.
Oh, okay.
So when I put this
one
up,
of those. I need that.
It's like, hey, wait a minute, come back, come back, camera, come back.
But it's still learning.
Back my face. Yes, I've got Tiny Epic Dungeons that's going to be coming up at 8 o'clock over on my Twitch, which is banners. Scroll. It is the Rat Hole DOTCA.
I took a few banners down. I'm sorry. Trying to
that's okay. We have a lot of. There we go. That is not one. It was not one of them. So yeah, twitch.tv/the Rat Hole DOTCA, because Twitch does not like periods. So that will be, and it will be up on my YouTube, which is the same URL but with YouTube. Sometime later this week or next week, I'll put the pre-recorded up. But that's what I'll be doing since I don't have to worry about, thank goodness, any sort of hurricanes. I will take advantage of that.
Shut it down right now. So wait a minute. Where did you get this camera, this moving camera that you got out there now? Where did that come from?
The company's called Ozbot.
Oh, okay.
And they've got a whole line. This is one of their lower end ones. I can also check this out.
The future.
It's this is AI doing good things.
This is what it's supposed to be for.
Yes, exactly. And I've got it is a USB webcam, but I've got it fed through also from Ozbot. And no, they aren't paying me. A USB to HDMI upcoder. So I've got it plugged into my switcher, so I can switch. Yes, I've got that.
Oh my god! Okay, so yeah,
that's so cool.
How do you zoom back?
You preset. It can be. It's a preset thing. I have discovered that I do need one more little component in the upcoder to be able to do this. There's a whole app that I can do other controls with.
Yeah.
That I can't do while it's plugged into my switcher because it's not plugged into my computer.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and bring on the other team. Speaking of getting familiar with his face. Yep, let's bring in the Reverend Amagon.
You know, Dave called everyone a loser because he went, loser.
What are you doing in the dark?
Loser. It's
Phantom Amagon.
Oh, you're not hiding from the storm. You're just
in it.
I still got the outskirts. I'm looking at it's raining outside.
Okay, so, don't forget to check out Dave Chapman on his YouTube channel, youtube.com, therathole.ca. The Reverend Amagon on Rebs, Raids, and Rants on his YouTube. I'm finally not getting tongue-tied as much as that there. How you doing there, Mr. Hashtag Guru?
You know, the reverend side of me prays for all my friends and family and good people in Florida not to be in any danger from the storm. But the Amagon side of me wishes all the filthy pieces of garbage that caused problems down there all these years to perish in the storm. It's a conflict. Such a conflict.
Okay, well, it is what it is. And now we're moving on to Nick Smith. How you doing there, sir, with Nick Smith Films?
I'm doing good.
And the Cosmic Mask. How you doing, brother? Thank you for coming on here.
Oh, thank you. I took a red eye very early this morning after 2 hours of sleep. So if I start to slur my words, it's not because I've been drinking, as usual.
Well, I told people if for some reason the storm does its thing and I just go, first of all, take a Snapchat of that and send it to your friends. Yes.
I like the chats. Ramona, you got me thinking about Golden Corral. I'm hungry.
Yep. And guys, put Dave to work because he is handling the chats while Melanie's out hunkering down on the storm. And the lovely Kevo Reilly from Exorcist Show.
Hello.
Hello there. Thank you, Kevo. How you doing today?
Doing good. It's not really storm season here yet. We don't really have to worry about that for another few weeks. Sometimes we get one at this point, but it's usually later in the fall.
What state are you in? I'm sorry. I forgot what state you're in.
New Jersey.
New Jersey, okay.
Central Jersey, which is now legally a thing. They just legally recognized Central New Jersey as an actual region in New Jersey. It had long been contested. It's a weird thing for our state, but it's real.
It's like Puerto Rico. It's there, but it's like a cousin. Nobody talks about him there. It's just like, come on. He's just out there. We need to talk to him every now and then. So, welcome, gentlemen, and for myself and Tom, who's going Halloween on this show already out there. And for those of you, I just who kind of missed it on the intro, I did make a tour over to what is it? Spirit Halloween. I keep on saying Spirit of Halloween. I want to say it, but it's Spirit Halloween. And I took a picture of the TARDIS. I was doing a little video. I thought it was cute, but something's up.
What the?
Is it okay?
It's metal, yeah.
Is the floor okay? Held that thing. Is the floor okay?
I ran out as fast before I could. It's right there. There was a little kiosk where if you've ever seen Spirit Halloween, it's my store, but it's my patronage. It's a place I love to go. But they have that little kiosk where they have like the 4 figures that they're trying to sell. Like the Screaming Witch, and then the other side is like the guy with the pumpkin head or something of that nature. So I found the pumpkin head with the mouth goes up, and I put the TARDIS on there. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, I'll record it. And all of a sudden the TARDIS got knocked down, and all of a sudden the store representatives who were talking to each other, it's like, what the hell? Ran up to me and just like, oh, sir, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just embarrassed as F right now. So never going to do that again. James, how you doing? Hi, all. That was cool with the pumpkin at the TARDIS. For the poor little TARDIS. That's why I got him diecast. He's been through a lot. Hey, Roger. That was good. Okay.
We got lots of hellos. All sorts of conversations.
Yeah, go for the hellos. We're gonna.
Everyone's saying hello.
Yeah. Hello there. I've been kind of popping them up, as people have been showing up.
That's fine.
Everyone's saying hi to everybody else.
That's fine out there. And
we know TARDIS Spider.
I hate to say this, but we know TARDIS Spider. At least I know TARDIS Spider from the other, and I've seen him at Pensacon.
Okay.
I was supposed to come on his show, and we just haven't hooked it up yet for some odd reason. So TARDIS Spider, email me or send me a message. You still want me to come on there? So hello to TARDIS Spider and everybody in the chats out there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We are talking about the 2 episodes. For those of you who may be new to our show on how this works, buffering. Okay, sorry, man. And who might be new to this, the way we rate things is 1 through 10, 1 being awful, 10 being great, and we rate this by TARDIS, and you can do your half numbers. The lowest score goes first. We're going to be rating both of these episodes together, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways, and we've taken the total of the 2 scores, and whoever has the lowest score will get to go first. Now, unfortunately, in my case, there's a 3-way tie between the scores out there. And don't forget, you can put your scores in. Dave will show them up out there, just 1 through 10, what you thought about the 2 episodes, and we'll be posting them out there throughout the night as well. And for those of you who want to stick around with the after party, we're just going to have a little discussion about the hurricane that's coming up, just some PSA stuff. For those of you who are not familiar, how hurricanes come out over there, and we'll have a few maps. Unfortunately, I don't know if you've seen our previous episodes. Bob Pickering, who is our cosplay weather guru, he comes in when we have a storm like this, and unfortunately, he's working a 12-hour shift today. So he is going to be handling that, and plus he lives in the area where the hurricane's coming in, so he's going to be pretty busy. But we love Bob when he comes in because he's cosplaying one of the doctors, either it's the 4th or the 10th Doctor or one of the doctors out there. But Bob, if you're out there, please, my friend, stay safe with everybody else out there. So without further ado, should we go to commercial break?
We're a couple minutes early, but only a couple.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, folks, we're going to go to a commercial break. And for those of you who've been watching this show for a very long time, you'll notice that one of the commercials we're going to be saying goodbye to because we're going to be replacing it with a new one.
Can we get one last view of the last one and then the new one immediately after?
We will have one last view of it and then the view of the new one. When we return, please continue. But we're going to wait until the end, closer to the end of the show, so please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and we'll be right back.
We are a touring acoustic duo crashing kitchens around the country. We go from house to house every Friday night and we create music, we create food, a good time, we stream it live and we do it for free. So now we're just really kind of like trying to develop it and build a community group that people believe in, then they'll help us. So we played from our rehearsal room, we played from the bathroom, thankfully that didn't catch on.
I probably played guitar in my room, not for anyone, in front of anyone, nobody heard, for probably about 10 years.
And then one Friday night we played from the kitchen. It's the main place people want to be. It's where the food is, it's where the drink is, it's where the best lighting is. You can go to any party and I guarantee you the kitchen is going to be popping.
Our ultimate goal, I think, would be to crash kitchens every Friday all around the world.
Meet the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
But not the one you were expecting.
All right, sexy. It's time to go home.
Doctor Who Velocity. Streaming now.
Oh, brilliant! It's hard to believe that in the 56-year history of the greatest sci-fi television show in the English language, there has never been a fan guide to Doctor Who. The official books might give you what they think you need to know, but only a guide written by a true fan will give you what you really want to know. Join Whovian, the brilliant Mackenzie Flaw, as she takes you on an intense journey inside the world of the first female Doctor. In the Binge Watcher's Guide to Doctor Who, Season 11. Right, let's get a shift on.
Brilliant, Mackenzie Floor.
Brilliant.
Brilliant, Mackenzie Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Legend of Traveling TARDIS. What's that?
Get shift on.
Get your shift on.
Shift on.
Welcome. Today we are going to be reviewing Bad Wolf and the Party in the Ways. As we move to the 60th anniversary, we slowly look back at what came before, because we haven't reviewed these shows as of yet, because we started the day before Jodie Whittaker became the 13th Doctor. That was our first episode audio version. Hey, Mark! Thanks, Mark. Thank you. You're not even Tampa anymore. Stay Florida peeps. Thank you. Airy Travels. Yep, check them out on the YouTube channel. Welcome back, folks. My name is Christian Bays. I'm the host. I've got Dave Chapman from the rathole.ca, the Reverend Namagan, all the way at the Rebs Ravens Ramp, better known as Tom Kosak, the hashtag Guru, Mr. Kevin Reilly for X's for Show and Husbands Talking More or Less, and Nick Smith, all the way at Nick Smith Films and the Cosmic Mass. So, gentlemen, this is how we play. For those of you just joining us, we have rated these two episodes together. The person who has the lowest score will be going first and explaining what's going on. You can put your scores in the chat. Mr. Chapman's going to be taking over for Melanie to go through your chats out there. But the thing is, we have a three-way tie. So without any further ado, I'm going to start off with our lowest score, who scored the first episode a 9, and then the second one a 7.5. So this is a reversal. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that score, and that would believe to be the Mr. Tom, the Reverend Namagan, who's got his own Funko Pop.
Yes.
Love him.
Does he do bar mitzvahs? That's all I'm asking.
Of course. It's your boy, Tasty Cake.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Are we going to start a trend where I'm going to be like putting Funko Pops of our team out here? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. $30 a pop.
And never mind then. I'll just have it drawn.
4. Okay.
Gotcha.
Admire from afar.
So, Tom, well, let's go ahead and start it off with you, sir. First episode was a 9, a really high score, and then it drops down to 7.5. What happened, my friend? What did you like? What didn't work? And tell us.
I love both episodes, but to me, 10 will always be Father's Day. So it's close, but it's not up there. I want something very dramatic. So when we go into further stories, I may reach 10 again. So I start with 9 and go my way downward. So I have no problems with these stories. It's just that's how I'm ranking them. So
that's right.
With the first one, Bad Wolf, reality shows, we all seen them all. The Android.
It would, Mark.
You are the weakest link. I watched all those shows, so I understood everything. It all made sense. Everything flowed perfectly, beautifully. And wondering what's happened. And then we get towards the end of the episode and say, oh, look in the shadow. Look in the reflection. It's a freaking Dalek. Okay. Love it. Love everything. And there's a doctor going full Time War doctor. I'm going to eliminate every stinking Dalek and everything. It's like, okay. This is building it perfectly as a cliffhanger.
Jumping around a bit out there, bringing it. Can you take us from the beginning?
Oh, let's go to the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was from the city.
Not that far back, you freaking bitch. There we go.
We start the show with everyone stuck in their own little reality show for Big Brother, for The Weakest Link, for What Not to Wear.
The best scene in the whole thing.
Yes.
You've got to be kidding me. And so, understandable. We watch everything here. It explains what happened, how it came to be, and with the controller.
I know.
Where did you get that right?
Ladies, your figures have just gone up. Yeah, just go ahead. Keep going, Tom.
I'm kind of wondering.
God, he's my age. That's crazy.
When that's later on, when the Doctor escapes and with Jack escaping, finding Rose to be vaporized, and then security comes in. Like, what the hell, security? What's wrong with you? And like from that point on, I was wondering what happened to the Doctor's sonic screwdriver because he took it away from him. But going on with the story, I wasn't paying attention. It just getting to the point and say, okay, Jack finds out it was just teleportation. Rose is okay because Linda with the Y. Hello.
Linda with a Y, yes.
Linda with a Y.
Not Linda with an I. There she is.
Is free. So everything's working fine. Oh, look, it's the Daleks. So we have to return the Daleks. This is spectacular because we haven't seen the Daleks in forever. This was the story. This was superb. And the Doctor going furious. Time War Doctor situation, which we all thought he was the Time War Doctor until to be continued.
To be continued out there.
And so, yes, this is, for me, the highest ranking for Bad Wolf.
Gotcha. So if we move over to
Parting the Ways.
The Parting the Ways. Talk to us, Goose.
Now, everything I had, of course, set it at the highest level, but then I had to tear it down.
Why?
As we go through everything, it's, it's going to take everything, and we're going to, the Delta Wave is going to destroy everything and just destroy everything. And it's like, okay, we have the War Doctor going on here. He's going to that's the only way to take care of it because either you die human or you become a Dalek. So, okay, that's what we're looking at. And everyone on the satellite is like, those that try and go on, but we all know it's pointless. You're going against a Dalek. Not going to happen. And those that don't care, it's like, well, you're going to die anyway. So sadly, that's a sad part of the story. But that's not why I put a negative of the fact they all died, because everyone dies. Rose said everyone dies. Sending her back home. Everything is cool. Oh, look, here comes Mickey the idiot running towards us. I heard you over there. Yeah. I'll do anything you want, Rose. Okay. Like, really? We already had in the last story where he's like, oh, I'm dating so-and-so, because, she's always there for me, and I don't need you. It's like, and all of a sudden he's running towards her. It's like,
Season 1 Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey the idiot. I
got to confess, and I'm seeing a lot of the chats over here, when I first saw Linda show up, I was ready to kick Rose out. I just don't know why. I like how they were hitting it off, and he goes, I'm moist. What was it, 900 years old? Yeah, you look good. And he goes, I moisturize.
I think we were supposed to feel that way. I feel like we were supposed to think that she'd be the new companion, and then nope.
Everything's
and they
okay.
did that a lot. They've done that a lot.
Save her and save the others. Everything's perfect. Like, nope. Slowly, everyone starts dying.
Good for Linda.
Rose is back home.
I'm going to have to look this show up.
Yeah, Linda.
Shakespeare and Hathaway.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
I'm sure she went up to do some other stuff too. So
yeah,
pretty okay with that.
So I guess the negative was the half point. Mickey again is like, you're just going to run back to her after everything. So, yeah, because she's Rose, I'm still in love with her. It's like, okay. I know that's a human kind of nature kind of thing, or emotional kind of thing. But you know what? Been there, done that. I don't. Completing. Oh, there goes the Thunder Boomers. The Delta Wave has been created, and he's got to do it. He's got to full force because everyone on the space station are dead. And people on Earth are dead too. But there's colonies. He's already said humans will will go on. Are you going to do it? Nope, I'm a coward. So the idea you went from Time War is going to end the whole Time War to, okay, now everyone will become a Dalek. I'm a Dalek, you're a Dalek, he's a Dalek, she's a Dalek. Wouldn't you like to be a Dalek too?
Okay.
And the third one I actually forgot. I got to see the notes that I sent you. I said Christian notes in case I get loss of power as my backup. Okay. So let me bring up Facebook.
No, I'm just going to make you suffer right now there. And am I the only one that actually found likenesses where he was hiding that device?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
When the girls
I think they were fairly clear on where that was.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure, but he didn't say. So I'm like,
no, because
do I believe it?
Prime.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Jack has done a lot of things, and that's the answer to Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
Because Rose brought him back to life, and once the Doctor absorbed back the power from her, he knew Jack was alive as well. But like, nope, you came back. I'm not taking you with me. It's like, really? You left Jack behind? We don't know any of these things. Like, Jack's like, what the? You leaving me on a dead station with nothing but dead bodies and powder from Daleks? Like, what's going on here? How am I supposed to get back? Because did they actually talk about his vortex manipulator? It's been so many times. It had to be introduced in the beginning, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't think it was ever, because he wore on his wrist. He saw him tinkering with it. So I guess
you can fudge it.
If you were to say, well, he's going to use his time vortex manipulator to get out of it. So, okay. Never really thought about it because you're so into the shows, like all these things happening. It's like, you left Jack behind. How could you? So that was that third.
Well, here's the thing: did he really leave him behind, or he just left? Because I know he was saving Rose's life, and at that point, he knew he was regenerating.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he just left as subconsciously or unconsciously, I should say, just happened to leave Jack behind because he was starting he got into the TARDIS, or did he consciously go, hey, I'm not going to check out how Jack's doing. I'm just going to get Rose into the TARDIS.
Only because we know about what happens when he appears again. That's
in 3.
And Utopia.
Yeah. What was that last comment that I saw, Andrew? I'm sorry. Can you put that back?
I think I need to back up to this one here. So.
No, it's fine.
Just an answer to this one that I missed.
Just wanted to make sure we're hitting the comments out there. Is Rose Bad Wolf, or is Rose the moment as Bad Wolf? I don't know. I don't understand thinking so much. Well, the thing is, I do have that picture because we don't see Rose. I mean, Bad Wolf bleeds all the way up until the 50th anniversary, and Rose. Well, the moment comes back as Rose or Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
However you want to take it, and for some odd reason, it was supposed to explain. Which I really found weird because it took a form of something that was familiar to the Doctor in the future, but is never seen by the other Doctors. She's just kind of there as a form for the War Doctor. I just thought it was interesting that the other Doctors didn't see her. She chose for the War Doctor to... I get that premise, but why Rose's form had to be the first, I don't know.
Just because Moffat wanted Rose Tyler here.
Yeah, we wanted
fan service.
Roger says that the fabricator was an interesting device in the Bad Wolf episode. Leap to Captain Jack Harkness to flirt with 2 lady robots. Shaking his head. That's fine. It is what it is out there. Well, Tom, thank you so much. Again, 3-way tie. I'm just pulling this because I wrote it down in order. So, Dave, you gave it was a total of 16.5. This one was 8 for Bad Wolf and 8.5 for The Parting of the Ways. Tell us a little more balanced, and it went up when it got to the second episode. What's that?
Yeah, I started with 8.5 for both of them, and then dropped the first one a little bit because I lived it does it age well. If you watch that episode, say 20 years from now, a generation of kids from now,
right? Yeah,
they're going to go, what is this android? They're not going to get any of these realities.
And
hopefully they will not get any of these realities.
No, I feel for you because now when I see those episodes, it dates itself.
Yeah,
it puts it in a pigeonhole, and it's like, well, nobody's going to know what Big Brother is. Nobody's going to wink this link was. They were for its time, and I know Russell T was just kind of showing off of things. But when you date something, 20 years from now, the way that this show works. I mean, for crying out loud, do kids know what the Beatles are? It's kind of weird when they date themselves like that. But go for it.
And it was actually a really good episode. I mean, I mentioned when we did the first half their first visit to the station, that it has been done better before and since. This is one of the episodes that did it better compared to when they first visited. I didn't really like that episode. I thought it was kind of as far as dealing with the TV station gimmick.
Right.
This one, despite the dating, and again, I lived through it, so I understand those references. I did actually enjoy it. It was very well done. It was one of the better episodes of the season for me. And if you take it as two parts of a whole, yes, I would say it probably deserves the 8.5 as well. I just knocked a half point off because I don't know that it will that it will survive itself so well. Whereas for the second one, again, it was great. I enjoyed it. I like the Dalek reveal. It was a good job. Yeah. They did a very good job of reintroducing them, as well as introducing concepts or reaffirming, I guess, concepts like the Time War, that there is more happening in the universe than just what's going on in this show, that there is a history there. I think they did a really good job of it. And it was a good run episode. It was high energy, high pacing. You get the cheekiness of the doctors going, yeah, we're just going to go now. Bye. Right. No, you can't do that. Yeah, I can. See, I probably would have rated it higher, but, and I also did like, I like the idea of the story arc of Bad Wolf. I also don't really love how they did. Like, I don't love the resolution of it. I think on another episode we had a conversation about the heart of the TARDIS versus the Eye of Destiny versus like all these other little bits and pieces. Or Eye of Harmony, sorry. And is this the same thing? Is this not the same thing? Why are these not the same thing? It was a bit weird, and giving her basically a space god moment, which is something we expect from the Doctor, wasn't great.
Well, one of the things I had that I couldn't understand with the space god moment, she has the time vortex running through her head, and it was slowly killing her. So the Doctor absorbs it by kissing her and pulling the time vortex out, and then he blows the vortex back into the TARDIS. I'm thinking, wait a minute, he's a Time Lord and he had to regenerate. It killed him. Yeah. It didn't kill her, and she had it way longer. That was going on.
She's under contract.
Didn't quit. Yeah.
Yep, that's it right there.
All right, fine. I guess we'll be fair. But that was one of the things I couldn't get. That was she had it way longer than he did. And
a wizard did that.
A wizard, yes.
A wizard did it. There we go. Yeah, and I just didn't love that whole set of stuff. It just made, as I mean, we in the comments and ourselves, we've said it. Some people loved it, some people hated it. Generally, it was kind of confusing. They tried to explain it. That didn't help. Years after. So yeah, I mean, and Rose has never been my absolute favorite. Someone in the comments, I'm just going to flip back to the comments, had mentioned that they loved that Jackie had her big hero moment with the dump truck.
Yeah,
yes. Ramona mentioned that earlier, and I agree. That was great. I really did love that moment because I don't like Jackie generally, but that was a really good moment for her. A a bit weird, given that we've established that the TARDIS can withstand a whole lot of stuff, but
not a tow truck.
Not a tow truck. Not a plain old Earth tow truck. Daleks.
Not if she doesn't want to.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is the TARDIS. It's never really explained at that point that that's what the TARDIS wants, as opposed to, now we can just pull this off with the Daleks can't blow their way in, but the tow truck can pull the doors off.
Well, because the door is open, so it's different.
Yeah.
Cars may just get pissed off and say, "Oh, fine, I'm going to open up for you. Stop blinking the thing."
Now, I want to focus on one character that I was just. We'll get to the chat. Let's hit the chats. I'm sorry.
Okay, and we should go to a commercial soon anyway. So, but I don't know the answer to this. How late in the production did they know that he wasn't coming back? Does anyone know that?
No, because remember when the first episode released, they were already announcing his departure.
Yeah,
he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was, when I first heard it, I thought it was, oh God, it's one of those tabloid ones that are coming out over there trying to spark debate, and it was just like, no, he's gone. He's gone after the first season. I'm just like,
it was like a month into series 1, I think. That it was pretty fully reported. Yeah,
and not only that, but it's just like, my first inclination is, didn't he know when he signed on that he might be in there for a couple of years? He's just doing a 1-year thing, and that's it. And it kind of turned me off for Christopher Eccleston. It's just like, what? I just, to me, it was an expectation if you're going to take on this role, but I did not know what was going on behind the scenes. Now we know.
Yeah, now we know.
We're a bit wiser, and still to this day, I still hear a split of, Chris should have just kept going, or some people that I know personally, I think that it's a majority, they understood why Chris left. Because of the circumstances that they were under, they were like, yeah, I would have left too out there. So one of the things I wanted to bring up is this gentleman,
Roderick.
Because during that time when he appeared, when they were talking about another doctor, his name, Patterson Joseph, was the name that was being toyed around. And
years.
I think he was good for the character. That I didn't like him in the episode. I was just like, dude, he needs to die. But it's just like, could he be a doctor? And I said, well, I need to see him in something else. But this was it. And it was just like,
he would eventually get his opportunity to travel in time, though, because he was one of the lead characters on the NBC drama Timeless. He was very good on that. He was like the boss that created the time machine. He was very funny. So there's a time travel connection for you right there.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot when we went to do the, if we're gonna do the thing, this is as close to me as you're gonna get.
Man, you have to wear the hair just like that. Seriously.
But yes, no, just to go to a couple more chats here before commercials. Yep. Grant G said, "Parting Ways is amazing." Rogers asked him what he would rate it, and scroll down, and he said 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. So guys, if you want to elaborate more, we're going to be going to commercial break in just a moment. Then we're going to bring up Kevo and Nick on their choices, as well as Dave. No, we just did Dave. Sorry. We're going to talk to Kevo, Nick, and maybe you'll hear from me. Possibly, but we may be going to the after party. When we return, please continue to stay logged on, tuned in, and become part of the legend. We'll be right back.
Wee! Woohoo!
That never go up on time.
No, of course not. This is the best part, is we can just keep talking because you just keep not pushing the button.
We'll do that thing.
Oh, you mean this thing?
Hi, my name is Jamie Ingle, critically acclaimed author of The Toilet Papers, Places to Go While You Go, a short story collection suited to match your background.
We were losing a commercial. So everybody who's enjoyed The Toilet Papers, this is the last commercial run we're going to be doing for it for a while. Oh, no. So enjoy it. We are losing The Toilet Papers, but stay tuned.
Goodbye.
We got something coming up.
Hi, my name is Jamie Ingle, critically acclaimed author of The Toilet Papers, Places to Go While You Go, A short story collection suited to match your bathroom needs. Only have to go a little? No problem. I've got stories under 1,000 words for you. Far from poopin'? I've got you covered. With stories over 5,000 words to keep you occupied, while your latrine stays occupied. And that's not all. The Toilet Papers is endorsed by the fine folks from Squatty Potty, the stool for better stools. But don't take my word for it. See what Dookie the Squatty Potty unicorn has to say on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. Well, I've got to go, but you can grab your copy of The Toilet Papers on Amazon in ebook or print, or get an autographed copy from me at therightangle.com. And don't worry, I promise I'll wash my hands first. The Toilet Papers. You might just stay in the bathroom longer than you need to.
Reason why we're saying goodbye to the toilet papers because Jamie Angle has released a movie that she has screenplayed called Just Jake, and it is available now. If you go to her website, Jamie Angle, let me go ahead and bring that up. And if you want to throw that in the chats, go for it for me, Dave. JamieAngle.com. You can watch this movie. I believe she mentioned to me Amazon, but if you go to her website, it should produce what you can find a location for her. It's a rom-com. I'm just warning you up there for those of you who are not big on rom-coms. This is great, but if you love the rom-coms, this is a movie for you. Oh yeah, and it is written by the lovely Jamie Angle, and you can check out her stuff at her website out there. The reason why we're bringing this up is because this week is the release of the book Just Jake that she has written. So if you want to check that out for yourself and make a purchase, go for it out there. Tell them the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you. Now we return to your commercials as revealed, and plus showing you our new commercial, if I can find it.
And we wait.
There it is. Can you take the banner down for me? There we go. I got it. Shush. So everybody, here's the trailer for Just Jake.
Jake Collins has been launched into the stratosphere by the popular social media app Yin Yang.
I just think it's incredible that someone from our hometown we knew so well is now famous and on TV.
Yeah, somebody from our hometown who totally broke my sister's heart.
I've come a very long way. I've been working really, really hard, getting closer on wrapping up my debut album. This album is going to be inspired by my roots back home.
I am living my best life, and apparently he is too.
Jakey boy. I think I speak for all of us here before the artists when I say we really enjoyed our time with you. Are you firing me? No. We don't do that in the music business. More like we're not picking up your options.
I saw the writing on the wall with FTA, so I started coming up with a contingency plan.
What contingency plan?
I'll tell you when we get there.
I hired this special guest guitar teacher. Online lesson nearly crashed the server.
Who'd you get, Eric Clapton?
Miss Gibson, look who's filling in for you today.
Amber?
Jake? I just spent the last hour tutoring Joaquin Lopez with Jake.
Jake like your Jake?
No, Yin Yangs. The worlds. We love you, Jake!
I know I've only been home a few days, but I'm starting to remember what I loved about this town.
I don't have any wounds, Jake.
You gotta get yourself unstuck.
That's my holy grail. I would really like to be there for you, as your friend.
Now I can just be with her and pretend I'm not dying inside.
Joaquin, that's a gift from heaven.
Do you think it's good enough to play at Talent Fest?
Absolutely.
Talent Fest?
It's Lincoln's version of America's Got Talent. I may have overheard a conversation between him and Joaquin.
Why didn't you guys stay together?
Jake, offhandedly, admitted that he still has feelings for me.
Some of you need to be set free by the truth. What secrets are you hiding from the people who love you?
What's the song? You kissed? I was helping him write his new love song, and it just kind of happened. Just guard your heart.
They want to bump up your previous deal, add another 2 years, and he wants us on a plane back tomorrow night.
The Talent Fest is this weekend.
If I don't have you and Jake with me at Talent Fest, I don't even want to play.
I talked to Jake last night, and we're both going to be there.
Don't leave Lincoln without telling Amber how you feel.
When did you become the love doctor?
I watch a lot of rom-coms.
You are the closest thing this town has to a hero.
I'm still just Jake.
Welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, folks. My name is Christian Basil. Congratulations to Jamie Engel and her first screenplay movie. That is absolutely awesome. So good on her. We're going to try to see if we can find a shorter commercial.
Yeah, that's a trailer. That's not a commercial.
That is, that what we mentioned. That was a trailer. Need a Toilet Paper sequel. So yeah, she's working on it. Trust me, I've heard she's working on that. Wash your hoops. So we all remember you, Dookie, when we know. Never mind. All righty. Well, let's go ahead and get back to the ratings. And I believe, Kevo, you are up. You also rated it a total of 16.5, 9 for Bad Wolf, and 7.5 for The Parting of the Ways, which actually tied Tom. So tell us, you also gave it the second half a little bit of a...
Actually, I believe there's been a mistake in the math, and I misunderstood the assignment, which is always my fault, ADHD boy. I rated... in 2005, I would have given this two-parter a 9, and now I give it a 7.5. And I sort of give both. Yeah, I give both the same, mostly, to be honest. I think I would have. I don't really think... I feel like Bad Wolf does really stand as an episode, but I don't think any two-parter that is a two-part story like this stands separately from each other in Doctor Who, so I would have given them the same rating anyway. There's a lot of reasons. Everyone else has been sharing their toy. So first I want to share my little pride Dalek that I have and say I think one of the reasons that I probably would have given it a 9 in 2005 beyond Captain Jack's body is definitely the moment where he kissed the Doctor. In 2005, stuff like that was still hard to come by. Russell T Davies was such a pioneer for stuff like that, and I really so appreciate everything that he did then. And oh golly, I'm sure he's got plenty of plans now. So that was really cool. And, just the general mind frame of being in 2005. I think back then, a lot of the stuff they did would have been a lot more impressive. They did a whole invasion of Earth and melted continents and didn't show anything on the planet. That's really cool. But as far as now, it kind of feels like I'm a lot more aware that everything was just mostly on 2 sets. It was the giant thing where he was building the Delta Wave, and it was a few of the floors where they were coming up, but it was a lot of really limited graphics. It's a tight emotional piece, and that's really cool. But with the way that the stakes have been escalated over the last 18 years and the things that they can do now, it doesn't really feel as dramatic as it did at the time, I think. 7.5 is still good out of 10. I'm not failing it. But, just as far as everything else, it's a lot more intimate than next season will be. And definitely a lot of the stuff that comes after that.
Gotcha. Well, all right. So it actually went down because of time on itself. So it's could be, and I'm not trying to sound this in the negative sense, but now because of the time and passing of time, it's being compared now to everything that's come across today, and that's why I dropped its score. Okay, it was the same thing with when you guys were reviewing the Holy Terror, because that was one of the first episodes that ever came out. But when Brian came up and he said, no, it's if this was just one of the most recent and there was nothing else, you would have given a higher score. But when you compare it to everything else that came along, it starts to dwindle. And I'm just thinking, is that being in the time that it was, does that make it fair for it, or is it just...
I do think it's always important to remember context, though. I do think you have an excellent point there, because they were doing everything they could. And that's even why I said I love that it's an intimate piece, because of the way that they were able to convey this massive Earth invasion without showing anything.
Right.
But now we can see those strings a little bit better, and we understand better that's why they did it.
Gotcha. Rose Kirby says, so do you think 2005 rebooting Doctor Who should not have happened, or do you do a special on the 60th anniversary show on the 23rd of November?
Well, we haven't got that far, and that would be the 23rd of November. Hold on half a second. Is that y'all's Thanksgiving, or is it the 30th? Is the
day of the Doctor?
Ooh, good question.
I don't remember. That is a good question.
Priorities.
Thanksgiving 2023.
If anybody can find it, whoever is the first gets bragging rights.
Thursday.
Oh my God, it is.
It is.
I know it's a Thursday. Is it that Thursday? I don't remember which.
Yeah.
It is that Thursday. It is the last Thursday
towards the end of the
month. Well, that's just mean. Dang it.
I got to work that day. Damn it.
Oh, no.
And we had planned on the Tuesday, or no, we were gonna move the foodie episode. We were talking about doing another Thanksgiving foodie episode. Oh yeah, we're gonna try to do that on Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we're
that's what we're doing. Yeah,
I was gonna joke around, but yeah, we're for those of you who are fans of the foodie episode, I know there were quite a few of you out there who love the foodie episodes.
Balls.
He's frozen. So yes, we're gonna do that on my Thanksgiving because it's way more fun.
The 9th of October.
Yes,
9th of
which is October.
You have your own Thanksgiving day.
We do. We have it in
Just
on a Monday in October, so it's way easier to deal with than a Thursday.
True.
Did I just freeze up?
Yeah, you did, and are still frozen up. No, you're not. You're coming and going.
Oh, I think the storm is screwing up my Wi-Fi. Sorry, guys.
Probably. Yes. So American Thanksgiving is also the birthday for the rathole.ca.
Wow.
But generally speaking, American Thanksgiving, the rest of the planet refers to as Thursday. And that is why that's my site's birthday, so I can make that joke every dang time.
No, you can't, because it changes every year.
Thursday? Thanksgiving's not a Thursday all the time?
No, but it's always on a Thursday. So
but
yeah,
the numeric date changes.
Yeah.
I just charted it Thanksgiving. That's also the beginning of our yearly holiday series.
Like Mystery Science Theater.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, back to this. Yes, no, we have not discussed that. We didn't quite realize that. It's plausible, or we'll definitely have a show on the 21st, if not the 23rd, but we'll see. This will also depend on Shooty, or not on Shooty, but on David Tennant and what those specials dates
when
are
the 60th comes out. That's why we haven't really put out much of it, because we don't know. We still haven't heard what they're doing in November for the 3-part episode. We're also waiting talks. We're in talks right now with. I'll just go ahead and spill the beans. Phantasmagoria is going to do another haunted Doctor Who show for us next in October. God, I'm thinking of we're at the end of August, so I technically think we're kind of into September. And the Traveling TARDIS. I think I have a picture up here.
Hello from yesterday, Rose.
There you go. Yes.
And Mark, because Mark is also there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, for those of you following on the Facebook page and the YouTube channel, the Traveling TARDIS will be returning to Halloween Horror Nights. This is my favorite Halloween picture out there that we put together. But he will be returning to Halloween Horror Nights with new videos and new stuff, so keep an eye out on the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. And plus, we will be starting our run of Halloween stuff. The 31 Days of Halloween will be starting on October 1st. Keep you guys entertained on just stuff and things like that. Spooky stuff for Doctor Who that go bum in the night out there. And let's go ahead. We rated the episodes in order, 8 and 10.
What?
Being
crazy. I tried to be so cynical and kind of strict about these points, but oh my goodness, the parting of the ways. Let me start with Bad Wolf. I gave it an 8. I really like Bad Wolf. I just love all the game show stuff. It's so much fun. It reminds me of other shows that kind of jump around different television programs, like Supernatural did it really well. So this is Doctor Who's version of that. But, really, Doctor Who is at its best when it's being British as possible. And sadly, a big British thing is the game shows, reality shows. And I think Russell T Davies is really responding to how mean-spirited they were getting in the 2000s with this Link, Pop Idol, that kind of thing. So it's a really good kind of commentary on how terrible that TV is. Also, they have me at Transmat. As soon as they mention, like a little fan favor like that, it does you red in. That is a lot of fun for me. Linda with a Y is great too. We got our first mention of Torchwood. We got the controller it's kind of like someone out of Minority Report, but she's also a kind of red herring. Is she Bad Wolf? Is she kind of threading Bad Wolf through time? We don't know. It's a possibility.
Right.
We also have a very lonely Doctor. If you think back, he's invited Rose, Jack, Adam. He almost invites Linda into the TARDIS. He's really looking for a companionship. He's the loneliest we've ever seen the Doctor. But there's issues with that episode, especially the Jack subplot. They cut to a face-off with one of the droids with a chainsaw, and then we go back to him, doing dress-up, and then we go back to him getting his face cut, about to be cut off again. So I think they could have worked that subplot, kind of created it in a more linear fashion. That would have helped. Another thing I really like is the Dalek POV, where it's a callback to the dead planet Barbara being menaced by this, we don't know what. That was really nice. We wonder where all the people go when they're disintegrated. We never see them again. Are they little blobby cells somewhere? We get a little hint of what happens to them in the next episode. But yeah, it's very good. But as a standalone episode, it's not great for me. But the Parting of the Ways is great for me. They kind of do a redo of Rose getting killed with the TARDIS getting blown up, and that's kind of a throwaway thing. But apart from that, everything really works for me. Apparently, the Doctor's saving Gallifrey at the same time as he's doing this, because he says, "For my next trick," is it happening at the same time? We don't know for sure.
Right.
We've got all these great themes about the Daleks being afraid, hatred, madness. We've got the spiritual aspect, the Emperor Dalek as God. So lots of kind of layers to play with there. We've got Chris Eccleston doing that cheeky smile to the Daleks, and then he goes in the TARDIS and he has a moment where he just puts his head against the interior doors and he switches off for a moment.
Right.
It really adds a lot to his character. More humanity in a way. There's lots of callbacks too. We've got a Dalek shadow, as in the Five Doctors. We've got them aiming for the eyepiece, as in remembrance of the Daleks. We've got, what else? We've got the Daleks attacking a base and killing people indiscriminately, as in Resurrection of the Daleks. All those kind of little moments, they're really kind of a thank you to especially 80s Who. And we've even got the Doctor deciding whether to destroy the Daleks or not. So does he have the right?
Right. He's sitting and then he goes, he decides
so really,
coward.
It's like a celebration of all those things, but also adding more to it by rooting it in reality, taking them back to Earth with, a tow truck and just people being regular. You either love that or hate that, but definitely the focus on relationships that the Reverend mentioned earlier, that's very important. That really helps the episode.
I think I kind of liked it when in the Parting of the Ways, well, kind of started in Bad Wolf, but you got to feel the flesh of the characters and the minor characters. When you were like Classic Who, there might be a mention of who they were, and the next moment they were killed. But the way that they reacted to each other, and especially the two characters on the right, when you see something interacting, now you feel for them, so that when they are, sorry, spoilers, are taken out, you get the feeling, and not only that, but the stakes are higher. In such a way that it's just like, okay, these people are going to get killed, and especially this killed me. This part killed me real
so
bad.
well directed. Oh yes.
We don't hear what the Dalek is saying, but we know.
Right, their eyes light up, and you know what's next, and you didn't even have to hear it. You knew what was coming out there.
That's when you could hear a picture.
That's when you can hear a picture. Yes, exactly. And the scope of it, she's just on the station. She's by herself. She has no protection but this piece of glass. You can see the Earth right behind the Daleks, and all you see is their eyes lighting up, and then that was it. I was like, oh my goodness, the terror in her eyes. And
there's a great understanding of the Daleks here, how they can be clever, how they can be strategists, how they can outthink the Doctor sometimes. And that makes them more effective. It makes them the big bads, really.
But I think they've been such a terror to the Doctor. They've been around so long, they understand the Doctor even more. So they know, his weaknesses. They know what he's capable of, and they know the pressure points. What was it to capture Rose and to do. But that was a scene that I really wanted to. You know what? let's go into the after party. I'll go ahead and read Roger's thing, and we'll just go in the after party, and then I'll give you my take on it, and we'll go over a few other things. Roger says, imagine if the Bad Wolf episode included reality game shows like Survivor, Britain's Got Talent, and Naked and Afraid.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Jack would do the latter one.
Yeah.
The
Just to go back before we hit
season
the after party.
Yeah.
Kind of hit a few more of these fan
go for it in the chats out there.
things here. So yeah, season finale is one of the stronger ones. Mark gave a 6 and 8.
14, 20 total for both. I've seen Bad Wolf episodes. I read it as 9 out of 10. Okay.
Not bad.
Gotcha there.
Ooh.
Oh, Andrew's got a paragraph here where there's 2 episodes have very mixed feelings for me. I was just starting to really getting into Chris's Doctor. Yeah. After feeling gutted, Paul wasn't given the chance to continue. It still rackles with me. RTD didn't even ask him.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we had the news at the beginning of the series that Chris was leaving, the rumors that the show may only last 1 series. I didn't think it would be 1 series. He was 1 series out. I don't think the show was over. But it was just like, he's leaving, so they've got to have a replacement. So I knew they were generating him out. 1 season, that's it. That's all you're going to give. As for the rating, I would give it a combined score of 8.5. Nearly perfect, but upsetting Chris was leaving so soon out there. Guys, we're just going to jump. Oh, sorry. We might be, Roger continues, we might be getting Billie Piper back in Shooty's era, as she said, who knows, in a recent interview seen here on YouTube, obviously quoting Tom Baker as the curator in the Doctor Who 50th anniversary special. Gotcha. All right. Let me go ahead and throw it in the after party, and I will give my rating. Hang on, folks. For those of you who are joining us or listening on the radio show, don't forget, if you'd like to listen to us, iHeartRadio, sci-fi.radio, Odyssey, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Of course, Facebook.com, The Traveling TARDIS. You might be on it right now watching us. Thank you. And we are closing in on that 72. That would be really, 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 really nice. And if you haven't already, please, youtube.com, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and subscribe to all of our shows out here. There it comes. X's for Show, therathole.ca, Rebs, Raves, and Rants, and Nick Smith. You can join him on the Cosmic Mask and at Nick Film Smith. We are going to continue. You don't have to leave, but for those of you on the audio, you might hear the cut off, so I apologize. But if you want to continue watching, you can move over to the YouTube channel or the Facebook page. Folks, we'll be right back after this little thingy. Oh, you're going to Sonic it. Okay. Go ahead, Sonic it, my friend.
Is that 14?
Now, if we're showing stories,
I wish I had 14.
There we go. Yay. I'm being selected because I'm hearing now they're not making the Funko Pops currently right now for Doctor Who. So there's been 2 conventions that I went to for Funko Pops. And also reasonably priced, because somebody, I feel so bad I walked away. Somebody was selling Clara and Rose. I didn't get them. It was just it was way out of my budget out there. But this is the new member of the family.
Yes, Daddy.
Captain Jack. And another new member of the family, which is just appropriate for this episode. We got a Dalek.
Yay!
Topic Dalek.
I get that one.
So,
talking.
I don't do Funkos generally. I need to get the other 2 of those Hamilton. I've got who did I get? I forget who I got other than King George. I found 2 of them while I was down in the States. I need to get the other 2 as part of a Christmas gift. And I want Dick Dastardly and Muttley.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't supposed to have Funko Pops, and I told people, please do not give me Doctor Who Funko Pops. They will be Pringles, and I cannot. Go ahead.
I have the set too. There you go.
Wow, fancy.
Nice.
It's the build your own.
Boys
and this is my only Funko.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking for that one.
I had to have at least this.
Well, they always had the Clara one where the
flowers.
The flowers, the ones stick to the door and all that. I was like, not that I don't want it. It's just like I just want a plain TARDIS. I don't need.
I want the one with the open door. I want that one eventually someday.
Here it comes.
Ah,
yeah, I got that spork too, my friend.
Sonic Spork.
Yes.
I got the spork
because
too.
why not?
Yeah.
This was a gift from one of my writers.
Spork pals.
Spork. More spork. More spork. Need a spork be with you.
Little googly eyes on it.
Oh, I use mine sometimes. Sometimes I need a spoon.
All right. So I gave
sometimes you need a fork. Sometimes you need sorry, moving on. Yeah, we want Christian's number or something. I guess.
Tell us on numbers.
8.5 across the board. 8.5 for Bad Wolf. 8.5 for The Parting of the Ways.
Nice.
Spork of wrestling.
You're right. It's not the perfect Doctor Who episode, but it was kind of the first series episode. So I'm kind of punishing it for being where it was, and it was kind of campy in weird ways. It was just like, okay, well, that's a thing. I guess that's going to be a thing that's going to happen. But some of the most memorable things that I particularly love is this moment right here.
Mm-hmm.
He just says no. And I just love the entire banter. And the Daleks is going, we'll call you our access then. And he goes, no. And then the Dalek goes, what was it? What is the meaning of this negative? It means no. He's just like, and he just messes with him and F's with him just by saying no. And then what do? They get scared S-less because they don't know what he's going to do. And they're like, we're telling you, you have no plans or weapons. He's basically playing poker with a 2/7 offsuit. And there's a royal flush in there, and he still convinces the Daleks he's going to win the game. Mm-hmm. And they still freak out. And I love it, especially this moment right here where he tells Rose, yeah, I'm coming to get you. And he just shuts off the screen. And I thought that's brilliant, Doctor Who, at its best. It's RTD's best writing, that he understands the character. That smile is just weird. But it's Christopher Eccleston at his best, and everything combined, especially this moment where he's just smiling at Rose and going, yeah, I'm coming to save you. And he takes the TARDIS, and he looks like, I don't know what happened, but that rocket was supposed to blow up the TARDIS. He has no defenses, but he still gets through somehow. And there's some other moments too. This moment right here where the Doctor just says goodbye.
Yeah.
That was a really hard moment when he's just staring out front, and apparently it was supposed to be like a hologram. And what was it supposed to be? Something one, emergency protocol 1 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's staring out front, and he notices, Rose can see the hologram, and then he turns his head right there and he says, "Have a good life." Like he knows how to get to Rose. He goes, if this is going to be my final message, I bet you she's standing there. And I love that moment. It's one of the, I don't know. When they show little clips and segments and stuff, when they were putting them out on YouTube, I used to watch this particular moment because I don't know why, it was just fun. And just the way he was like saying, I'm facing an enemy who should not get this TARDIS, let it bury, let it be. Dave, did you want me to put that up? Yeah, there we go.
You sure can. Take that if you want to take along with me. So I can just kind of
with you.
One thing
You're the hollow.
I'm surprised at one thing, or maybe we kind of skipped it, but one thing about the Parting of the Ways, we got our first regeneration.
Yeah.
First regeneration.
And first regeneration where the Doctor's standing, and it's become a running thing now that the Doctor stands up, whereas in Classic Who, he would always like fall off a tower or fall to the floor or something, or
lie down.
What was it? Spectrox poisoning, and he falls to the ground from the Caves of Androzani, and then boom, we get this new guy.
So what I'm hearing is now we need the evolution to be he's going to have a full Sailor Moon transformation where like he floats up in the air and like spins around and stuff, and I'm all for it. No, not funny.
I
love it. I love this idea.
Regeneration.
You just want the naked butt going on.
Depends on the Doctor.
Sailor Moon's not enclosed when she's transforming.
Possibly.
There you go.
I'm talking about.
There you go. Have fun with that.
Do we get Shooty in that state?
Okay. And yeah, let me go ahead and bring you back up on this one.
Oh, and there we go.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Fans are seeing this, and
this was also pre-Goblet of Fire, so it was pre him being in a giant Harry Potter movie that went international too. This was like 4 or 5 months before that. So people like internationally, I don't know that David Tennant was as well known yet either. So it was also, who is this guy?
Well, he was the only thing I knew about him, and I finally saw the movie, and I was like, it was bizarre. It was Casanova.
Yeah.
And that series was just bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of cool to watch David in his element, and then the story just went into this weird. I'm like, what? Where am I going with this?
That's Rusty.
But I like the fact that he was even in. I think he was part of Big Finish before he even became the Doctor, if I'm not mistaken. He was in Exile with Annabelle Weir as the first female Doctor, which I will claim. And he was a Time Lord actually sent to chase down the Doctor, which is interesting. So, yeah, he was actually in Big Finish before he became... I don't know how many people know that, but...
He was also in another one with... he played another character. It was Sylvester's story.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think he was also...
said when the other one took the Nazi scientists took the TARDIS and started changing things, and then eventually he got a new TARDIS, which was right prior to the movie. So it was like, you can't control this one. Yeah, I remember I listened to it years ago. Like, okay, that was kind of strange how Big Finish did it, but okay, acceptable. So it wasn't the TARDIS we knew, that he just changed the control room, changed everything, but he had a new TARDIS instead. Okay, that's how you want to play it. I accept it.
Well, I have a question for all of you. When it was announced that David Tennant was going to be taking over and we were getting a new Doctor, what was your first thought? And when you first saw this regeneration moment, what was your reaction to it? And everybody in the chat as well. If tell us what you think about the regeneration for the first in the new series. What did you think about it as well? David Tennant is amazing in Good Omens these days. Yeah, I can't wait until this second series comes out. That's going to be awesome.
I get to deal with a Dr. Michael Sheen.
Waiting for that. I'm sure that's going to happen.
Somewhere.
Because when they do those little videos against each other, Michael Sheen's going, I'm now the Doctor, baby. I'm just waiting for it.
Yeah, I want that. That's all I want. Even if it's just as a red-nosed parody moment.
Yeah.
Meddling Monk.
Michael Sheen is a meddling monk?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I love him as a villain.
Oh, yeah.
I can see that too, yeah.
I could see that. That would
need more monk business.
Well, as I always criticize, what are the other Time Lords doing besides Rassilon? We've seen, Ronnie. How many times we get the Masters? It's like, let's put the Master on breaks for a while and bring
Boy,
up
Ronnie.
The Ronnie, the Drax. Who else am I missing in there? I know there's one other. Romana. For God's sakes, what is she doing? Did she survive the Time War? How did she lose Gallifrey? All those things out there. Andrew Moore says, I've seen Tennant in a few roles, and though he was great in Casanova, which I do say he was great, it's just like I said, the stories just went, wow. So I was glad it was in safe hands, and it was a huge movie, and it made me happy. So what happened? Oh my God, yes, Roger, yes, what happened? He's somewhere out there in that black holes in space, the Time Lord who would help get time travel moving. Ended up sacrificing himself. What happened? And did he ever make it back to Earth? I mean, back to Gallifrey eventually out there. So, did anybody else have anything to discuss before we go and discuss about the storm that's coming up out here?
Yes, I have a question for you all and for the chatters. The Doctor jokes, I sang a song and the Daleks ran away. What song would you pick to make the Daleks?
Indian love song?
No, AC/DC's Back in Black because he's wearing the coat and everything. That would be perfect.
They would freak out.
Yeah, it's got to be loud. It's got to be pumping. It's got to be something that just would basically scare them on impact. Yeah, Roger, what happened to Ronnie? What happened to Drax? I think he's been in Big Finish as well. I think they were talking about bringing him back because he was the character that introduced Theta Sigma, or as better as we know him, in his university days. So everybody thought that was the name of the Doctor, and it wasn't. It was just this university
nickname.
Yeah. So,
I just bought this replacement temporal sonic screwdriver. And
Sure.
the oddball thing is, look at the sticker. Here. This is my first one. Yeah. The sticker's different.
Interesting.
I was comparing them on eBay because I spent a lot of money on this because I needed a replacement because the piece broke. I was like, I have 2 freaking variants. Holy crap. Now, do I need to get another one that's in a box like this one? Am I that much of a collector? Do I have to find it?
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when Mark Robinson was showing off his sonic screwdrivers. Like, well, the 12th Doctor's sonic, which was the 11th Doctor's, had that special. Was different because the base you could pull off and you had the little power cell on it. It's like, okay, I got that stuff sitting in there. I bought the Sonics just to put it in that cup to have in the background.
Definitely Metallica.
Oh my god, there's
Or
too many things.
AC/DC.
He's building everything. It's like I can't, and
it works.
I can't even get the 14th Doctor Sonic screwdriver to
not yet.
The Who shop because our friend Mike Faber, aka Mark Fuber, said to go on there, and 2 days in a row, it denied my transactions. Like, well, you Who shop? Hey, Mark Robinson, order for me, please.
My question is there any way to get the 14th Doctor Sonic without having to pay $200 on Amazon or some stupid thing?
If you can get on the Who shop, that was like it comes out $37. It was only 7 pounds shipping, and it was 19 pounds 99. But
it's actually not hideous.
That's terrible.
No, normal Sonics usually run about $35. So
yeah,
if I had to pay for shipping, and it's a one of a kind.
So, I remember when they were 25.
25 cents. Yeah.
I used to walk home from school.
I remember
the turnip tied to my belt, as was the style of the times.
And I was your age, I built my own.
I built my own sonic screwdriver.
I built my own Sonic.
Nothing but a twig and a marble.
I just used to use a pressure gauge thing. You know,
I mean, actually,
I was one of those two.
Hey, we would have used like a pen light or something. I would use a glue stick.
Being Filipino, I have chopsticks.
Yep, you would use chopsticks as your Sonic. Heck yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
My Chonic screwdriver, I guess we're going to down over there. Anyway, folks, we're coming to the end of the show, but as a wrap up, just want to let people know that we do, because it's affecting us mostly here in Florida, and we see that the path is going to be going over to the Pacific. And one of the strange things about, I think, was it Idalia? One of the couple of the spaghetti models has it doing what Gene did to us, which is it goes out, comes from the Gulf, hits us, goes back in the Atlantic, and makes a return trip.
Yeah.
And that was not cool. So we got struck by Gene in 2004 twice. So for everybody who is in that path, please get the heck out right now. Make sure that if you haven't already, try to see if you can get some water and stuff, because the stores were gone. I was at Costco, and the waters were gone, completely wiped out. And the gas stations, the parking lot became the queue line for the gas, which was a 30-minute wait. And it was just, I gave up. I left. I'm just like, no, unless everybody going for the wine rack, nobody's getting any water here unless it's sparkling or something else that has flavor to it. But as you can see right now, as of tonight on the 29th of August, some predictions have it going as a Category 2. Some of it having Category 3. So please, especially, and I know, you said you're in Arkansas, right? No, Tom, where are you at?
I'm in Georgia.
Oh, you're in Georgia. I thought you were like somewhere a little further east. I didn't know. And you said you're on the path. It's on the path to you, right?
Well, originally it was, it said it was going to be south of where I am because I'm in Middle Child Syndrome, Georgia, and it was not going to affect us, just the outer band. And it was tonight, and they said 80% chance of rain tomorrow.
Right.
But now, then of course things changed. Now it became a hurricane and everything else, and now it's doing this crap. So we don't know. We don't know how the weather affects us. I mean,
yeah, and
years ago. Sorry.
No, go ahead. It was heading more north. Now it's kind of sliding a little bit south, I think. And Central Florida is kind of in the path now, where we weren't originally. Now we're back in the path, or at least we're going to get spires. So,
yeah,
we're getting hit now. We're getting some stuff now.
It went up on Florida, Central Florida, and it's still curved away from me. But I still remember a storm, give it 20 years ago. Could have been Charlie. I don't remember. I was still in Florida. I was in Oviedo, and this was the first time we ever left Florida. The storm followed us up to Chattanooga. Honest to God, as I kept going up, they, what the hell are you doing? So we spent some time in Chattanooga, and that's the time I said, well, time to move. But we ended up getting to Middle Georgia.
I think it was last year. Was it last year? I think last October that the storm went up the east coast.
Oh, yeah.
Was going up through the center. Yeah, it went all the way up to New York. And I was supposed to visit my relatives. I took time off to go visit my relatives in Maryland. And I called Patty Hawkins, who's the host of the GalaxyCon, and he travels a lot. And I said, Patty, what do you think? Should I make a run for it and follow the hurricane up? Or do you think I should just stay away because I don't know how everything's going to be heading up there? And he goes, no, go. And he goes, if you really think about it, that hurricane's going to clear a path for you. Nobody's going to be on the road as you're following it up. Everybody's going to be heading the other way, heading south to get away from it. And surely enough, he was right. I followed that. I forget what hurricane that was, but it was the one that went up to North Carolina. It went all the way up to it literally went into the area I was driving, and then it veered off. But that was an interesting run out there. And for people who are in the areas, make sure don't take too long to wait to get everything prepared. Definitely water, definitely batteries. Definitely make sure that if you have rechargeable batteries, that they're all completely charged. Don't wait until get your gas tank, because like I said, there was no water at the Costco. I was just getting it for my mother, and it was bare empty, and the gas stations were backed up completely. So if you haven't done it already, please do it now after the show, which we're going to be ending very shortly out there. And if you want, here's a little, you can take a snapshot of this, or you can go onto the NOAA site, NOAA.org, I believe, or is it .gov? I'm sorry, and go onto their website for the evacuation kit. But also there are other things like make sure you have documentation, make sure you have all the medications that you need for at least a week. Make sure that it happens just in case they can't run things to places out there. So definitely make sure you have all these kits if possible. But the most important thing is to have your gas tank full, have your batteries charged, have your cell phones so you can contact people if you need to, and make sure you're staying safe wherever you are, and hunker down. Stay away from this thing. I know Floridians get a bad rap since too. What was it? Florida man, and you always see these memes. That guy out there with the American flag, he's standing out in the Category 5 winds. We do take it seriously, but because we've done it so many times, I wouldn't say we're experts, but I would say we're just used to it.
Jaded.
So Floridians kind of, everybody goes, it's a Category 3, and just like, oh, it's a bad hair day for us. Even what was it, California? They had their first hurricane in quite some time hit the area, Hillary, and people were like, "What do we do?" We already know what to do here. So, have you guys ever experienced it? So, I know, being in Georgia, you must have at least a couple times. Especially you lived in Florida, but has anybody experienced a hurricane? Kevin, where did you get it?
We experienced extensive damage during Sandy about 11 years ago.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we didn't exactly get the worst of the weather. It got pretty heinous at times, but it was more there was a lot of damage in our area that did a lot of damage to the infrastructure. So we were without power for like 2 weeks or something. 2 weeks, 8 days, something. It's crazy. I can't even remember it. Just, you know, you
No, I don't
lose
know.
track of time.
I don't know how close you are to New York, but I was hearing like the subways were underwater.
Yeah, I remember seeing that stuff. Yeah, I saw a lot of videos like that. You know, not all of them, but yeah, there were definitely some areas where they got hit pretty hard. You know, it's tough. There's areas where it gets kind of floody now, even when it's not a hurricane. It's bad. It's bad infrastructure there. Yeah, no, it's scary.
Gotcha. Roger says, for me, Tropical Storm Hillary wasn't that bad for a Category 4 2 weeks ago. Nico Bat says, I'm glad you're all safe. Yeah, thank you. And we're keeping tabs on, at least I know Melanie is out there hunkering down. That's why she wasn't in here. And I said, no, do what you need to do to take care of your family. I know she's taking care of family up there. So, do what you need to do to stay safe out there, guys. And like us, and tornado season in Nebraska and Georgia. Ooh.
Yep.
So, were there any final questions? Dave, did you? I grabbed the chat for a little bit. Were there any final questions you wanted to highlight? Or anything that came up through? Go for it.
Not particularly. I think we banged through all of the ones that I had stirred from before. Roger also points out that they do get some occasional strong earthquakes out west.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
Being landlocked and farther north, the worse we get tornadoes. And we had a Category 4 something, 4 point something on Canada Day, and thankfully hit a rural area, so no one died. But I mean, it's just there's one of the 12 strongest tornadoes in Canadian history.
And you guys have the fires going on, right?
Yeah, those are thankfully again coming down, but there was points. I even showed you on here when it was just Alberta on fire, areas of fire bigger than some states. I think what was it? I pulled up North and South Dakota and went, put your hand on the screen. Here's Alberta with the fires, and here's North. Thank you, AI. And here's North Dakota.
I knew it was going to
overlapping. And it's not. It has gotten slightly better, but not entirely. As far as that goes, but yeah, we've got heat warnings in the Northwest Territories. Keeping in mind, this is across from Alaska.
Yeah,
right.
And there are heat warnings.
Inferno.
It's ridiculous, but no, there's no climate change.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It'll be fine. On a not that note, I'm going to be heading over to my Twitch channel.
Yeah, go for it, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll let you have this.
I'm going to go play some Tiny Epic Dungeons. So, and that'll be in about a half hour, 20 minutes from now. So, by all means, come join me over there. I'm going to take off from here. Pretty quick. Tomorrow as well on my YouTube, which is the same URL as down there, but just youtube.com. I'll be at 6 o'clock my time, so again 8 o'clock again Eastern. I will be doing some miniature box openings with my miniature painter, just for the sake of just for Kevo.
Thank you, sir.
Just because it's on repeat on my not this scene, but the 2 episodes are running on repeat on my other laptop, so that scene just happened to come up and I couldn't not put that up for you.
I don't
in
know
my brain.
I don't know why, but I managed to find at the dollar store Shark Attack Megalodon 3. If anybody knows about this movie, Megalodon 3. Do you know who it stars? John Barrowman.
Yes, it does.
And you can find it on YouTube, but it has that famous line that Barrowman threw in that one of the, I think it was the directors that improvised this area, just make the co-star have a shock. And you can find this on YouTube. And John Barrowman turns to his co-star, I can't think of her name, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm really tired, but I'm really wired. Why don't we go back to your place?" And he says something so bad, and they kept it in the movie. It was just
I've
awful.
heard of this, I think.
Yes, you look it up. John Barrowman, Megalodon 3.
Get
It's
it.
the scene. You can see it on YouTube, but he just basically says something to get a reaction from his co-star. But
Get to know
he
each other
didn't think-
better.
Right, but he didn't think they were going to keep it, and they kept it in the movie. And I do have now from the dollar store that movie out there.
I'll have to go look at it.
Don't forget to check out with on the Twitch TV the rathole.ca with Dave, who's going to be out there in about 18 minutes. So why don't start heading out over, and don't forget to say goodbye for those those are out there in the line of fire. Please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Don't do anything crazy. Go ahead and take care of yourselves, as Melanie and all of our friends are doing in that area, and especially those who are going to be affected by the storm. So all of our love and hopes for the folks out there that are in the path of this storm. Don't forget to say goodbye. Don't forget to also check out Reb's Raves and Rants on the YouTube channel, X is for Show, and the Husbands Talking More or Less. And you can check, there we go, on the other side, Nick Smith at Nick Smith Films. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Let me go ahead and get the final chats in before we go. Andrew Morris, you can't get the 14th Deluxe Sonic with the chrome effect except from scalpers, but the basic version, which is matte gray, includes a chrome looking, is available for pre-order out soon out there. I'll check it out.
December.
James says, I'm from East Point, Michigan. This last big storm, just a bit ago, we had 5 tornadoes, Jesus, or more around us, but we didn't get hit directly good. A lot of power outages, a lot of downed trees. And I hate to say it in that reference. I hope that's the only thing that ever happens. Rose Kirby says, hey, would you like to know the special episodes are? Well, we do know them. I don't know. We don't have the dates yet, but it's the Giggle, the Pale Blue Yonder, and Star Beast. Yeah, so we do know the titles. We just don't know when they're going to be released out there.
Yeah.
So everybody here at the Traveling TARDIS, we should have an episode next week. Don't know what it is, but we'll let you know as soon as we can. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please stay safe. Check out everybody here on their social medias and their YouTube channels. And yeah, again, before you leave, don't forget, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share. Let people know. This has got to go a little faster. Out there.
More slowly.
I respect that.
It's just reminding people what to do. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, folks. Tony, take us out.